Hey everyone, Michael Ferragamo here with another update on Hurricane Erin. My goodness, what a monster. Nobody saw this coming, not even the best computer models. Unbelievable. Let's take a look. We're here on the National Hurricane Center's webpage. Erin, 915 millibars. Are you kidding me? Tied with Hurricane Isabel in 2003 as the 19th most intense Atlantic hurricane, one of the most intense we've ever seen in the wide open Atlantic Ocean. You can see down here 160 mile per hour, category 5 now. My goodness, I tell you what. Minimum pressure, like I said, 915. Moving west at 16. It's starting to take a little bit of a more west-northwest track. And speaking of tracks, let's look at its track on satellite. You can see here, I'll put my mouse right where it's supposed to be on that westward track. Look how it deviates away from my mouse to the north. So that's more than a jog at this point. That is a trend. That is a movement. So we are anticipating Erin to start moving to that west-northwest as it's doing right now. Unbelievable structure. Look at this eye. Incredibly tiny. We'll get into recon data in a minute, but wow. Look at the 5-10 nautical miles at most with just a wrapping eye wall. Like I said, 160 mile per hour category 5. Shrinking eye obviously tells you it's a classic pinhole. Tells you the storm's very, very intense. We've seen this before. Milton 2024 last year, Wilma 2005. Just some crazy names, and you'll see here in a second the graphic that I'll show you. So just unbelievable satellite presentation. I mean, this is really something from the West Pacific. You know, those typhoons out there that get incredibly strong. This looks exactly like it. Just unbelievable. And here's more satellite imagery as well. Wow. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you just have all the whole stadium effect going right there. Unbelievable. So we'll head over here to Cyclonic WX. I want to show you microwave imagery because it's starting to show perhaps a little moat forming. Now, probably don't know what a moat kind of means in tropical cyclone terminology. That kind of means that an eye wall replacement cycle might be happening. Outer eye wall forms, chokes out the inner eye wall, forces the storm to weaken and then cycle back. So that's kind of what we're maybe expecting with this one. Typically, you kind of see it. If you go back to IR, you can kind of see a little bit of some lumping in the circular eye. That could either mean, mesovortices or just kind of an eye wall replacement cycle starting to take shape. You can also kind of maybe get out the drawing tools. Keep forgetting I have those. You can kind of see a little bit of, some wrapping of warmer CDO, central dense overcast. So that's what those bright colors are. The darker they get, and I guess the brighter they get too, the warmer they are. So there's the center right there. Yeah, it might undergo some eye wall replacement cycle action here in the next 6-12 hours, coming off of its already impressive peak intensity. So let's get over to, I want to show you guys the recon data. The recon data was very, very cool. So hurricane hunters went in. They found a pressure, you can see here, 919 millibars. That's a high. You don't see this pressure every hurricane season. That is for sure. I'll take a look here at some more recon data. So they went in. Actually, I think it's on. Sorry, guys, hold on. Get a little bit of a better view on my X account. Yeah, they had some recon data go in there, and they they got a 917 milliball circlet because it's hard to see, 917. But the catch with that is they recorded that in the eye wall. They didn't center it. So typically, if you're going to probe a hurricane and get the lowest pressure, you're going to go to the eye because that's going to give you the lowest pressure, the true measurement of the hurricane's intensity. 917 in the eye wall, you know what that indicates? That indicates probably stronger over here, right? I mean, let's take, for example, this is the eye wall, right? If you have 917 in the eye wall, obviously it's going to be, lower, maybe 913 right around. We'll have to see. Recon takes off here. Actually, I think it's already on. It's already in the skies, I believe, so it'll be getting there in the next few hours. But this 915 reading for pressure is truly insane. Here, I'll show you a graphic I made, and there's that drop zone, by the way, that kind of tells us that it is in the eye wall. So they missed the center by a few. You can see the temperature zigzagging back and forth. Just kind of picture it as like the turbulence in the eye wall a little bit. If it was nice and smooth and a nice V kind of glides down, that would be kind of from the eyes. A good way to kind of identify that. So here we go. 915 puts Erin 2025 tied with Isabel 2003 as the 19th most intense Atlantic hurricane. So like I've been saying, we don't see this every hurricane season. It's pretty incredible. I believe that was kind of all that I had. There was obviously Erin, a Category 5. This is going to mark the 11th time a Category 5 has been recorded in the Atlantic Basin in just 9 years. Look at this. Back to 2016, we had Matthew. Probably remember Matthew a little bit. Matthew 2016 kicked it off. Then we had, remember, Irma and Maria in 2017, devastating season. 2018, Michael, and then just a lot of others as well. Dorian, a lot of familiar faces here, and Erin joins the party. This is the most amount of Category 5 hurricanes, 11, that we've ever seen in a 9-year time frame in our database going back to 1851. Now, 1998 Hurricane Mitch to 2007's Hurricane Felix, in that little cycle, which you had Katrina, Wilma, Rita, all in that 2005 year as well, that only had 9. So we are really cranking the Atlantic, just a generational, you never ever see this, generational hurricane run that we've been having. If you feel like you've been hearing hurricane on the news a lot, there's a reason. It's because we're in a generational run right now. So enough of kind of these statistics. Let's go ahead and look at the forecast cone. That's kind of what matters right now. Where's Erin going? This absolute monster of a storm. Well, NHC has it as a major hurricane for a majority of the foreseeable future. I mean, that's till Wednesday at 8 a.m. It's still going to be a major hurricane. Obviously, gradually weakening as it does curve north, but here we go. Bermuda right here. You're in that forecast cone. I think you're safe, though. I don't think the center's going to be tracking over you. The center's kind of going to be following maybe like that cone right here, this little 3 lines, somewhere in there. But U.S. East Coast especially, you are safe. No need to worry. But you better believe that some massive swells are going to be coming in from Erin. If you like surfing, go to North Carolina. I'm telling you right now, some massive waves. Bermuda too. Some massive waves. Going to be probably more of an impact in Bermuda than anywhere else from Erin, but really good news to see this passing in between 2 land masses. Now, the threat isn't over down here, St. Martin, the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic and Haiti. You're going to get some rainfall from this storm. You're definitely going to get some rainfall as we have some upper level winds, low level winds that try to fetch a lot of that rain down here. So you're going to have a lot of flooding action, particularly. Can't rule out mudslides. Mudslides are horrible. It's a horrible thing. So just make sure you prepare for that. But otherwise, bottom line, the impact could have been a lot worse. This monster could have been right over Puerto Rico, and what a catastrophe that would have been. So I'm glad that Erin is staying out to sea. That is the most important thing out of all of this. So again, the 3 takeaways: U.S., Bermuda, and the Eastern Caribbean. You'll get away from Erin relatively unscathed. Secondly, some swells, so some indirect impacts as well. Same to Bermuda, if it does track a little bit to the east, and then same with the Eastern Caribbean, going to have a lot of swell action. And third, this could be a window kind of into hurricane season 2025, right? I mean, the atmosphere to support a system, let's get off of this real quick. Go back to the cursor. Just to support a system that looks like this is unbelievable. The background state that you have to get a 160 mile per hour Category 5 with a pressure that low might be indicative of things to come this hurricane season. And, I hate to say it, we'll go to models here, and we'll just take GFS, for example. Obviously, whatever you see here, don't treat it as a forecast. But you can see Erin right there going right by the Bermuda and then Atlantic Canada. But look at this, man. We have wave after wave coming off. Don't pay attention to that model. I bet you people are going to be posting that model run. Like I said in my last update on Erin, if anybody posts hype model runs days in advance, just please ignore it. It's the best thing you can do. But yeah, we have several tropical waves. I'm going to treat that one as a tropical wave as well, because that's exactly what it's going to be. So we got one tropical, let's use maybe a darker color, tropical wave right there. You got another potential wave right there, and then another one right there. There could be another one coming off of Africa too. So yeah, using the GFS this far out, it's good to spot kind of overall pattern. You don't use this for forecasting. You use it for an overall pattern. What we could, a chance of expecting in the Atlantic. And this is for the 24th of August. So next week, could have some more stuff behind Erin. If there is, you'll hear it right here. Follow my TikTok and my, obviously here on YouTube, and my X if you want constant, I'm telling you what, pretty constant hurricane updates. That's all I do. That's all I do is watch Erin, and I post about it as well. That seems about it for Erin. So out to sea, no problems really for anybody. We'll be watching the Atlantic for any additional development. So I will see you all in the next update.